And after April 29th, the shock and devastation of 4 fallen officers rippled across our community and across the country. The days and weeks following were marked with countless symbols of support and love for law enforcement officers and for their families.
It was a painful but a reminder, of course, of the sacrifice given on that day, honored by the many in the weeks following April 29th.
April 30th, less than 24 hours after the ambush, killing 4 and injuring 4 other officers, the city and the country still reeling. Many are still wondering about the suspect and what happened during the initial confrontation with those officers. CMPD hosts a press conference to update their investigation, giving more information on the suspect and why officers were trying to apprehend him. It's a very somber event with Mayor Vi Lyles, then Governor Cooper, and a host of law enforcement officers, including CMPD Chief Johnny Jennings.
Words simply cannot express the impact of this event to the law enforcement and the first responder community.
The past nearly 24 hours have been heavy on the Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police Department, the Marshal Service, but heavy on our community and heavy on our country.
North Carolina and this country lost 4 heroes and saw 4 other heroes wounded. For these members of this U.S. Marshals Fugitive Task Force and the Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police on patrol who responded so quickly and so bravely when help was needed, dangerous assignments are part of the job.
Through the day, the community created memorials around Charlotte and at police headquarters showing their support. At the Knights game that night, they marked the tragedy in their own way.
At this time, we ask that you please join us in a moment of silence.
May 1st, a massive show of support by our community as a procession took the body of U.S. Marshal Task Force Officer Thomas Weeks from Charlotte to his home of Mooresville. People could be seen for miles up and down I-77 paying their respects. May 2nd, a visit from the President, Joe Biden. It was also the day Task Force member Alden Elliott's procession made its way from Charlotte to his home of Catawba County.
Just showing that we appreciate what they do every day.
It is respect for not just the officer, not just the departments, but for the families.
May 3rd marked another day of remembrance and mourning as CMPD officer Joshua Iyer is laid to rest.
For 10 years, Josh and I built a beautiful life. It's cliche, but I know the reason our love is so special is because he is and always will be my very best friend.
May 6th, another day of mourning as the entire community stood still for Deputy U.S. Marshal Thomas Weeks. As enormous show of strength by the community to back law enforcement and the family, it was able to be witnessed at Bojangles Coliseum that day.
So many people have referred to him as a hero. But before this tragedy, he was already a hero to me and our family.
May 9th was the day that Task Force member Alden Elliott was memorialized, another opportunity for our community to show its love for the sacrifice made, and they did not disappoint.
Well, I'd like to send honor and blessing to all of the families, and we all stand with you.
May 13th, Sam Peloci's life honored with a massive procession and memorial service. It moved many people in our community and left an indelible mark.
I just don't think that people that sacrifice their lives for the safety of others and the public and their families should be forgotten.
On May 17th, all 4 of the officers who lost their lives on that horrific day, April 29th, were honored at the Peace Officers Memorial Ceremony in Mecklenburg County.
When I think about commitment, it's hard not to think about April the 29th and the commitment that our 4 fallen law enforcement officers suffered on that day.